Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and it's a trailer Friday for Season 7, Episode 1.
Trailer Friday. We're giving you a close-up. Looking really good. Back and forth.
Gotta see it. Gotta see it. Pay attention.
You could check it out on YouTube if you don't know what we're talking about. If you're listening with your music ears.
Right.
I'm not singing the song right now. Boom.
Because they'll flag us anyways, right?
They do. They flag us. There's a couple things on the free site,
Yeah.
that we still get flagged. I'm like, well, we paid royalties on it, so
Right.
come on.
It's a thing. It's
Yeah.
already there. It's paid for.
I mean, like, all of our stuff is copyrighted.
Yeah.
Does anybody borrow it?
No.
No, I've never had a notice say, hey, by the way, there's a copyright infringement.
Right. Somebody took your stuff.
Hey, so let's talk about all the things we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Which I think I saw on the next
probably a lot.
on the Nextdoor app.
Yeah.
Somebody saw a UFO
Really?
up north, like up by us,
Wow.
like north of Highland Park.
Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't hear it.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
It just comes up in little messages, like, because apparently my Google account needs more.
Because we talk about
Stuff.
aliens enough that eventually those things are just going to start to make its way in front of us.
I know. It's so true. So true. So we didn't talk about aliens.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about.
And there was a sighting too, so.
Yeah,
you know.
and we didn't talk
But
about.
you didn't get to visit with them.
No.
Okay.
No.
So.
Although that could be an idea.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Trailer Friday.
Trailer Friday.
It's Trailer Friday, and the other thing, it's Trailer Friday for Season 7.
Mm-hmm. It's a brand new season, everybody.
Spanking new. Brand spanking new.
Right. And if you're like, well, I've got to catch up on 6, you can just start right here on 7. Just start on 7.
Yeah, if you don't
go
want
back and get caught up later.
Yeah, but if it's a binge society,
It's
true.
true.
People probably are thinking,
Right. We just like what's new.
yeah. And speaking of that, I really like it when they drop full seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, hardly anybody's doing it anymore. I mean, Netflix still does.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, they still, I think, are bought into the binge. I mean, they kind of started it.
Oh,
So I think that they're going to continue to commit to it. They're like, we're gonna drop a season.
yeah. So I just find seasons of stuff I've never seen before, and then just
Right.
I'm like, oh, cool. This has got 11 seasons,
Right.
and then 2 weeks later, boom.
Yeah. Because then, then that's where you find a new show, and then you're watching, and you're like, oh, now I have to wait.
I know.
I mean, it's the same thing when you finish a season, right? On these binge, you're binging a show, you finish the season, you still, yes, have to wait until the next season comes out, but episodes, you're like, come on, just give me the season.
Well,
Let me control it.
Or what about just good movies? Like if they would make just good movies instead of remaking good movies.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of remakes.
Yeah.
But Deadpool 3 finally has a release date.
Oh.
2024.
Yeah.
September 6th, I think.
You like
it's-
Deadpool?
I do.
Yeah. Just his dark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarcasm, dark humor, right?
Yeah.
It's all a part of that. And
Breaks the third plane.
Right.
He's like talking to the audience and stuff.
right. Yeah. And what we found in the preview, which is not a preview of the movie because I don't know if they've even began shooting, but it's Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool, sitting on a couch saying, hey, we've been spending a lot of time trying to think about what we're going to do in 3. And then Hugh Jackman walks in the back like they're in the same house together. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, how you feel about reprising your role as Wolverine? And he's like, Yeah, sure, whatever. So, so it looks like Hugh Jackman's going to reprise his role as Wolverine, Deadpool 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of stories to tell here.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though Logan, did you ever watch Logan?
I did watch Logan.
All right, so Logan, he died.
Yeah, but I mean, this is
and now we were in a multiverse situation.
Yeah.
And even the last time Deadpool 2 finished, he had done a time jump. So,
wow.
Yeah. So you might be picking that up where it starts off.
That's a time jump sound, everybody, just so you know. Like, if you hear that sound, you're time jumping.
Right. Yeah, so that was a movie that's coming out. Not a remake, just another in the series.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been to a movie in a little while again. I mean, I went, I don't know, it's been months, but
yeah.
Thought, hey, maybe I'll start to pick up movie. Nah, like, it's still not worth it.
I just enjoy, I mean, and it's, yeah, I mean, again, there's so much, it just is easier.
Right.
And then, yeah, people and.
Yeah, and I think that there's lots of, I mean, I think that the filmmakers, the people, like, they want you to go to the theater, of course. I mean, I think they're always like, this one should be enjoyed in the theater. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we did the same thing with, like, the Top Gun sequel.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you got to see this one in the theater. Like, yeah, no.
I didn't have to.
Yeah, I can wait.
I did.
Yeah, I still haven't picked that one up yet. I'm like, I like Top Gun. I just also don't really like Tom Cruise.
Well, that's funny.
So,
you don't like Tom Cruise?
No.
Yeah. Though I have to say, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I like the roles he plays. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Equalizer.
Yeah.
Except I still never saw Equalizer 2, so I don't know why. Like, I enjoyed Equalizer 1, but...
Yeah, and then Queen Latifah?
Yeah, she's in the series now, right?
She's in the series, but it's a very similar story format,
Yeah.
Troublemaker.
Right. But yeah, for sure.
Righting the wrongs of humanity. One episode at a time.
But I do enjoy his movies. And, I mean, to me, he plays different roles, too. Right? He's not doing the same thing like Denzel's going to do. I mean, like, there's some similarities. He does a lot, some action stuff. But, yeah, I feel like he has a wide range.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
That's my thoughts on that.
Hey, it's fall.
Yeah,
we're
fall.
rounding the corner to Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Do you like to call it fall or autumn? Like, I don't even know what the difference is.
No, I call it fall.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I knew a person named Autumn.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
spring,
thinking that when somebody's
summer.
like, well, autumn's here, I'm like,
where is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And that's why I'm like, let's just call it fall.
Fall.
The leaves fall.
Yep.
I haven't seen a lot of leaves falling, but
no, it's getting ready to turn.
Right. I mean, the temperature definitely has shifted as we we talked about it in the episode on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, so but the temperature's changing. At the same time, the sun's staying out, which is good for me, not so good for Steve.
I'm cool.
Right.
I mean, like, this is really, like, the cloudy days usually brought a reprieve from the blasting of radiation from that little pebble called the sun.
The little pebble. That moon rock in the sky.
Hey, did you hear what happened in NASA this week?
Yeah, when they sent
they diverted
a dart.
They diverted a meteor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the record, don't worry, it's not heading toward us. They're just preparing for when one is,
Right.
and can it occur?
Yeah. They wanted to see if they could actually divert it.
And it was a huge success.
Yeah. They actually diverted it, and yeah, so the question is always like, well, what's going to happen if it's bigger? Like double or triple the size of the
Well,
one
this
that
this one was as
diverted.
big as a football field.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that is like football field long
Yeah.
or in a 3D dimensional view of that. I have no idea.
And the other question is,
You're full of questions today.
how much did that thing cost that we shot into the air to divert it?
Don't tell the hungry people.
I mean, because we're like, hey, like it had, like this was just us testing out theories. Like, can we divert an asteroid, something that's going to, be a planet killer? Can we do it? And we're like, yeah. I mean, so did we spend a couple of
Billion.
right, in order to test out a theory?
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if they got to use new parts for that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
People are like, what do you mean? Well, the last
That was the
moon
launch
spaceship that we sent into the atmosphere had to be made out of used parts from the old shuttles.
Yep. They got used parts. At least that one you didn't say, hey, we're using used parts and we're also launching astronauts into space. At least that one was an unmanned ship.
Yeah, right.
Like, no one has to worry here. Don't worry about your life.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, other fun things that happen in the fall.
Yeah.
I mean, all the people who like football. I mean, like football, college football started.
Mm-hmm. College, professional. We get to a place with the baseball. The baseball is going to be entering into. We got the last week of games coming up here.
I heard the Tigers are doing pretty well, huh?
Are they?
Well, they beat whoever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. Tigers. Yeah, there's some records. I mean, even though if you look at it, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, he hit his 61st home run of the season. And when you think about it, you're like, oh, like this is I kicked my drink again.
Oh man.
But they also dismiss the Barry Bonds, right? I mean, he had already hit 72 or whatever, but then they kind of leave Barry Bonds out of this conversation because of the ped use.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost like they're saying, oh, like he's chasing, this unbeaten record. Like, no, it actually was beaten. It was just by a guy who also used, performance enhancing drugs.
Ah.
So
there's so many drugs out there.
There are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Detroit is on a 5-game win streak, even though they are in last place.
Oh, are they in last place in the league?
No, just in their division.
Oh.
No, their division.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they don't if they're not up there
right
in their division, they're not going to get to the playoffs.
No, but they can. I mean, and this is like always the teams that are really out, like they can spoil a lot of people's.
I think that was
end of the year.
That's the part of the 5-game winning streak. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that they ruined somebody's life.
Right. Yeah, so even right now they've got a game going on. The Tigers are up 2-0 on the Royals.
Boom. There's your baseball.
Yep. Just in case you needed that. The Dodgers, they have a franchise high of 107 wins this year. So that's a franchise high, but not a league high.
Yeah, nice. So they're looking good?
Yeah, I mean they always like make me nervous. So like even if I mean like they're yeah, like it's a franchise high. It's I mean we have but it always is like man, I don't know. Like are our bats going to go cold in the playoffs? Are we, you know, like is our pitching going to all of a sudden break down? I don't know.
Mr. October,
Right.
Reggie Jackson. See?
Right.
I knew something growing up.
You did.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what else we didn't talk
All kinds
about?
of stuff,
Just so you know, we don't talk about the war.
No,
We don't talk about the hurricane.
we didn't.
We
Even though my niece is she was in Orlando. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't talk about racial inequity or any racial thing.
I did get called a racist. We did talk.
Well,
about that.
yeah, but I mean, like, we don't spend time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, if you're like, well, okay, cool, you didn't talk about those things. What did you talk about?
Yeah.
Phil, you want to let them know?
Yeah. So we talked about a little bit of the frailty of humanity, and what that brings is a frailty even in our thinking. So in our thinking, we're like, oh, so I can't do that, like, or I'm too old for that, or I'm too this for that, or I've got too many reasons why I can't. And so that limited thinking, what does it do to us? Where does it not allow us to go to be able to, you know, find like great victories and good things? And I don't know. What did you get from?
Well, yeah, I mean, we land right between your ears is what we do. We talk about the thought process. We talk about ego, and we talk about id. I dropped a little stoicism bomb and some Richard Rohr.
Right.
Actually, I pulled out. I have several of his books that I thought, oh, this would be an interesting read. So, I pulled his book on the 2 seasons of life out, and I'm going to start that.
Okay.
We talked about
How many times have you been through that?
No, zero.
Zero?
I haven't read it yet.
You haven't read it
Yeah.
yet?
Yep. We talk about Kobo math, which leads us into our human practices of when you're dealing with negative or limited thinking about addition and subtraction, not only for cleaning your house, but also for in your life, whether your plate's full. If you'd like to pursue something else, we talk about the importance of community conversation,
Right.
and how that in thinking through some of these things. And then we had a really dark moment partway through where Phil and I talked about whether or not there is a stupid question. And so if you want
that answer,
if
you have
want,
to listen.
You're going to have to listen. And there's some people who would be like, wow. They are on the record saying that. And the answer is, to our shame, yes. Yeah.
But you won't know what the answer is unless you listen.
Yeah. So I think that's like somewhere between minute 44 and an hour and 17.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. So if you want to fast forward and try to find it.
I keep digging. You're like, I didn't hear it. Got to go back then. Go back.
And if you do want to change, I actually have never done this to a podcast or any TV show or anything.
Yeah.
But you can listen at 4 times the speed, and we can sound like the Chipmunks.
Right.
Elvin!
Yeah. Yeah, I started listening to podcasts at 1.25.
Yeah.
So it's not significantly fast, but there are parts you can tell, oh, like that is sped up.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. But it's, yeah.
There's in the organizational program for like working with musicians and stuff, there's a feature where you can transpose. You can take a recording and transpose it. When it does the shift, it really messes up with the vocals and stuff. So, yeah. So, I mean, those are some of the things that we've talked about. Those are some of the things we haven't talked about. And then what we're doing is we're just setting you up for the whole season. So here it comes. Season 7 coming at you. Right. We're live right now, but when you're listening to us, we're not.
Right.
We're still alive to the best of our knowledge, but we haven't gotten that far into our future to know if we will be.
Right.
So we just want you to throw your arms around it, sit back, kick back, listen, and enjoy the ride.
Yep. Happy Friday. Prepare for the weekend.
Everybody's. We'll see if that gets flagged.
It was close, but I think you were okay.
Yeah.
You might fly under the radar on that one.
Yeah.
But people can fill in, the rest of that. They probably know it. It's a pretty well-known ditty.
Hey, can you give me some clarification on Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
His Izzle speech. How did he come up with that? I mean, we're not going to Google right now.
Yeah. So to me, I think it was more like almost like pig Latin,
right?
It was just like,
and he just decided to do
Izzle, add an Izzle to everything. For shizzle, my dizzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then it's like, so what are there actual rules to it? Because it's like, like for the dog, you take out the G, right? You're like dizzle, like you added or you took out the OG, right? And you put in just dizzle for sure. He's saying for sure my dog, right? But it's for shizzle my dizzle. So I don't know if there's exact rules for it, but I think it must have come out of his verbal rapping style, that there must have been something along the way that was just like, yeah, for shizzle. I don't know if there's an answer to that. If maybe it's discoverable. Did you Google it?
I did.
Yeah. Is there a dialect that we're not aware of?
So apparently it doesn't I don't really think there's a Snoop Dogg Izzle translator.
Faux shizzle, nizzle, shizzle, whizzle.
Yeah.
Pizzle.
What language does Snoop Dogg speak? It's like English.
That's the things that come up when you hit it in the Google.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right.
So maybe Snoop-a-loop. Maybe we can speak the Izzle.
Who knows?
Izzle. New York
I
Times.
just know I stay away from Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
I would rather go through life not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prefer that too.
Yeah.
I'm fine with not knowing, even then if I learn it and if I know it, I also don't mind forgetting it.
Yeah. Some people have the incredible ability to wipe the hard drive of their mind.
Right. Wipe the hard drive, everybody.
What are you wiping today?
Oh, man.
Like, how did you go there?
Right.
Because just boom, sending out stuff.
We're going downhill, everybody. We're going downhill.
We're very, very stationarily going downhill. All right. Well, whether you're catching this on Saturday morning, enjoy I mean, do people even watch cartoons on Saturday anymore?
I think cartoons are always on with the streaming
Yeah, there you go.
universe. So,
Huh.
yeah.
All the things I get to learn today.
Right.
And I wasn't even trying.
Always on.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.